Saturday, September the 21st, 1963. Lang Park, grand final day. Game in progress. The reserve grade final between Souths and Northern Suburbs. Northern Suburbs showing the way by 28 points to 2. The ground thronged with patrons, ladies and gentlemen. The conditions ideal for the playing of the 1963 Premiership Grand Final.
And the teams take the field, ladies and gentlemen, to the roar of thousands of excited rugby league fans for the 1963 Rugby League Grand Final. Now the kick-off is very close as Jim Hannum, the Northern Suburbs halfback, puts the ball down on the ground. And there's the kick-off. Hannum puts the ball in play. It soars high into the air and comes down. They're grappling for just inside Southern Suburbs half. But North have got possession. The ball played. It's been transferred out to Pulse and it distributes the ball well over on the far side, but it's been lost by North. And it looks as though, yes, the Sky Blues have retained possession but play on the halfway mark. But there's the first penalty of the match against Southern Suburbs. It's a penalty to Northern Suburbs. South standing up offside in the play of the ball. Back in for the first scrum of the match, which is set just outside North 20 or Southern Suburbs 25. Won by South, and Jones has got it and breaks brilliantly up over the halfway line. He's got Farrell in support, but Farrell can't handle the pass and it's lost. Northern Suburbs have dived on it and have got possession, but right down in their own 25. It's Northern Suburbs. Jeeves, the hooker, has dived on it, and the Sky Blues are in possession. And it comes to Johnny Bates. Bates gets it away to Hegarty. Hegarty gets it on to Bob Crook, but Bob Crook is savagely tackled and loses the ball in a tackle. But the referee has ruled a knock on. Far end, very close to scoring. There's a swarm of tacklers around Bond. Bond very close to the line. There's Jones has got the ball, gets it away to Budge. Budge gets it out to Cranston. Cranston, however, have been well tackled by Bob Cook for Northern Suburbs. South's back near their 25. Out it comes to Gayton, the lock. Gayton skirting the ruck and trying to find room. Gets it away here to Beavers. Beavers very close to the line. South keeping up the pressure in the 15th minute of the game. South with the man over. Out it comes this time to Bond, and Bond has scored! Bond scores for Southern Suburbs! The first try of the match, and the Southern Suburbs side have got to the lead by 3 points to 0. And the crowd in the stand are going mad, ladies and gentlemen, as the West End team are the first to put points on the board. A sustained attack by Southern Suburbs forward, which finally brought results. Bond.
Southern Suburbs 3, Northern Suburbs 0 as McDonald makes the attempt at conversion. It's on its way and it's through! It's there! It's over! Southern Suburbs 5, Northern Suburbs 0. The West End team first to draw blood in the 1963 Premiership Grand Final. What a tempo! Who's got it? Looks like Southern Suburbs in possession. Aitken's got the ball in place. It gets it away to Beavers. Beavers running strongly, gets it inside, but it's been intercepted by Johnny Bates for Northern Suburbs. Northern Suburbs on the attack, and a thrilling run by Fondamatassa comes to an end just short of Southern Suburbs 25. Northern Suburbs on the attack, but Pearson's been tackled just outside Southern Suburbs 25. The ball been transferred to Bob Cook, who's trying to spot an opening. He gets it away to Harry Bates, who's looking for a gap, and here he comes to Matassa, ranging up inside. Matassa, however, fails to handle the ball. It's been awarded a knock-on. Movement came to a halt. And in the 30th minute of the game, the ball rolls around loosely behind Southern Suburbs line, and there's a scrimmage for possession. But it's no try, the referee says, and so it'll be a 5-yard scrum to be packed down from Southern Suburbs line. North putting on the pressure, North striving and doing their utmost to score. The ball's in the scrum. Webster wins it for South. Jones has got it and comes down the blind side nicely and breaks pretty well too. Looking for support, but he's tackled and brought down just inside Southern Suburbs 25. Ken Aitken gets it. And McDonald completes the tackle of Howard Whittaker and throws him into touch just outside Southern Suburbs 25, but it was a thrilling run by the Northern Suburbs winger. In the 38th minute of the match, ladies and gentlemen, in the first half, Ian Massey scored a try for Northern Suburbs, and here's Jim Hannum about to attempt the conversion, and it's there all the way. And now the scores are level. It's 5 points all with a couple of minutes left for play in the first half. Well, Northern Suburbs kept hammering away at the Southern Suburbs try line for several minutes in the closing stages of this first half, ladies and gentlemen, and were finally rewarded with a try by Ian Massey after a good combined passing burst by the backs, by Ivan Jones, Southern Suburbs halfback. The ball being played, Hannum's got it, gets it away here to Bob Cook, and the 5'8" claps on pace and tries to straighten up and bursts through brilliantly, waits up over the halfway line and tries to step around McDonald, and McDonald pulls him down with with a last-ditch tackle. Northern Suburbs on the attack again, just on Southern Suburbs 25. Out it comes to Harry Bates up in the backside of Hannum. Gets it away to Lloyd Ware. Northern Suburbs fanning out an attack. Lloyd Ware still running well. He pushes up Frank Greg's tackle and still runs strongly up almost to the line out to Hegarty, but Hegarty being well tackled by Gaylor. Southern Suburbs bring it about 5 yards out. This time it's been thrown across field to Massey again. Massey onto Harry Bates. Bates tapping on the face. He's only about 10 yards out. Gets a pass inside to Hannum, but Hannum is well held about 5 yards out from Southern Suburbs line. Pearson up and plays the ball. It's out this time to Massey. Massey running hard, gets it away to Paulson, and Paulson running with the speed of a three-quarter. Looks as though he might go in and tackle, but he's over for a try. From the Paulson scores for Northern Suburbs, and Norths have got to the front with half-time coming up. Oh, a brilliant burst by Bob Paulson. He left them all pointless. South's defence was cut to ribbons, and so it's 8 points to 5 in favour of North, practically on half-time. Hannum nearly ready with the score at 8 points to 5 in favour of Northern Suburbs. And here's his kick. There it is. Hits the post and bounces away, and so the kick fails. Bad luck for Hannum, bad luck for North. But Norths have hit the front. They're leading by 8 points to 5, and there's the half-time siren. And there the scoreboard tells the tale of the first half of play, ladies and gentlemen, in the 1963 Grand Final. As the teams left the field, it was Northern Suburbs leading by 8 points to 5. Northern Suburbs 2 tries, one by Ian Massey and the other by Bob Paulson, and a goal by Jim Hannum. North's 8 points. Southern Suburbs, a try by Bruce Bond early in the game, and a splendid goal by Stan McDonald. And as they went off at half-time, there was only 3 points between the teams. And there's Mr. Albert Bishop of Northern Suburbs receiving the Borthwick's trophy as the leaders at the end of the second round. Northern Suburbs certainly came good in the final stages of the first half. Out it comes this time to Bob Cook. It gets it away to Pearson. Pearson still running strongly, looking for an opening. Gets it back to Cook again. He's trying to step around Jones, but Jones hangs on to the Northern Suburbs 5/8, but North's on the attack in Southern Suburbs half. The ball out to Hannum. Hannum throws it to Pearson, who pulls it down well. Gets it on to Matassa. Matassa trying to make ground, but he's been tackled by Webster. Still running well. The ball riding around loosely. Eventually been picked up by Ian Massey. Northern Suburbs in possession. North leading by 8 points to 5 on the opening minute of the second half. Back it comes to Bob Cook. Cook skirts or Hegarty it is, who tries to break through, but he's eventually tackled by Murdoch, Southern Suburbs front rower. Hegarty plays the ball. Johnny Bates throws one along the ground to Hannum. Hannum runs towards the grandstand touchline, but eventually is overwhelmed by South's defence. Hannum getting up and playing the ball, and Jeeves up as dummy half. The ball travels out to Pearson. The big centre starts to move well, but it's Jones who gets right underneath him, assisted by Gayton, the Southern Suburbs lock, and the Northern Suburbs captain will have to play the ball. Play still in Southern Suburbs half as it comes out to Big Lloyd Ware, but Ware has been bowled over with a good tackle. And the ball is played. Out it comes to Harry Bates. Harry Bates who chimes in with the backs. And Harry Bates running well too. Dummies towards his support. Eventually gets it away to Matassa. Matassa sends it on to Jeeves, but Jeeves has been tackled by Bond. From the play of the ball, it's travelling out along the Northern Suburbs backline out to Pearson. Gets it away to Bob Cook. Cook starting to clap on pace, but he's well held by Drake. But the ball has been jolted loose, picked up by Hannum. And Hannum has been tackled, and he played the ball just inside Southern Suburbs half. North's in possession, trying to penetrate. Out it comes to Pearson. The big fellow props. Eventually gets it away to Jeeves, but Jeeves is well held by Budge in the tackle. Budge playing 5/8 for Southern Suburbs. The ball is played a long one out here to Barry Stevens, who gets it away to Johnny Bates, and the second rower claps on pace still. Gets it on to Whittaker, who runs very well indeed before he's thrown into touch. But Gaylor been pulled down only about 10 yards out from Northern Suburbs line. Southern Suburbs trailing by 8 points to 5. Out it comes to Cranston. Cranston throws a long one across field to Frank Drake, but Pearson has a firm hold on Frank Drake and falls into the ground. The second half, 11 minutes old, ladies and gentlemen, as Hannum's about to make an attempt at a penalty goal, and there it is. It's in the air, and it's there. It's over. And Northern Suburbs have got away to a 5-point lead. The score now: Northern Suburbs 10 and Southern Suburbs 5. North's the better team on the day to date. Southern Suburbs on the attack, and the movement is broken down about 15 yards out from Northern Suburbs line. The ball out to Jones. Jones gets it away to Budge. He's 5/8, and Budge runs over towards the sideline, gets it to Frank Drake, pitches it inside to Farrell. Farrell diving around, but he's been well tackled by Jeeves for Northern Suburbs. South's in an attacking position just inside Northern Suburbs 25. 10 points to 5 in favour of North. Out it comes to Vivers, who runs hard across field,
but he's got Gaylor in support. And he runs hard, the little winger, but he's been pulled down about 10 yards from the corner flag. It's all Southern Suburbs at the moment in the 13th minute of the second half. Jones a long pass. Across field, the Budge gets it away here to Cranston, but Cranston bowled over by Henry Haggerty. South second row, Bond has got the ball. He gets the pass away here. Eventually to Farrell, and then the winger moves in field, stands in the tackle and gets it away inside the gate from Southern Suburbs lock, but he's been tackled by North skipper Bill Pearson about 15 yards from the upright. South hammering away at North's try line. North leading by 10 points to 5. Back it comes this time to Murdoch. Murdoch fending off, trying to fend off Haggerty, but he's been thrown to the ground about 10 yards out from the corner flag. Southern Suburbs launching attack after attack at the try line. And it comes this time to Bond. Bond, the second rower, tries to make ground, but he's held up by Jeeves, Northern Suburbs hooker. The excitement's intense as the game moves into the 13th minute. Let's go for Murdoch. It throws a lot pass across field to Gayton. Gayton gets it on here to Cranston. Cranston gets it to Frank Drake. And Drake stepping round, tackles and trying to go through, but he's pulled out from behind by Bob Cook, Northern Suburbs 5-8. What a magnificent grand final this is. At the ball comes to Beavers, and the big fellow is trying hard to run, but he's been tackled by Ian Massey, Northern Suburbs lock. Southern Suburbs keeping on the pressure, trying hard to score. Out it comes to Jones. Jones dummies, and the halfback tries to trick his way through. Runs towards the terrace side, gets it away to Gaylor, but Gaylor dumped off the ground and hurled onto the ground, and the ball has been stolen very cleverly by Ian Massey, Northern Suburbs, at the moment in midfield. Jones flips the pass across field to Budge. Budge gets it away to Murdoch standing wide, and he's running. Skating it is. The Lockers runs hard up to the 25 before he's pulled down as the Northern Suburbs cover defenders come across and knock him down. South's defending desperately. Then the ball been thrown wide out here to Matassa. Matassa manages to pick up the ball and racing in towards the middle of the field. Looks as though he could go in, but pulled down about 10 yards from the upright. A thrilling run by the North swinger. Matassa plays the ball being transferred out to Hannum. Hannum gets it away to Stevens. Stevens trying to plunge over, but he's held up by Bond, Southern Suburbs second rower, only a couple of yards from the line. How Souths are keeping them out, goodness knows. The ball's played out. It comes this time. It gets it away to John Bates. Bates running hard for the line. Gets it under Whittaker. Whittaker and it looks as though it might be a try. It's a try to Northern Suburbs. Whittaker goes in as the corner flag was knocked over. Well, that seems to give Northern Suburbs a grip on this 1963 grand final, and if they pull it off, well, it'll be their 5th premiership in a row. Well, they've played magnificent football, and that was an example of just the way it's been going in this second half of the grand final. South making a great bid to try and reduce the gap as the ball comes out this time to Beavers. Beavers looking for support, gets it inside to Gayton, but Gayton well tackled by Johnny Bates. Gayton still trying to hammer his way over, but North's defence is certain. Webster Roberts dummy half gets it away to Jones, with the ball eventually been picked up and grabbed by McDonald, and McDonald racing hard for the try line. Very, very close. And it looks as though it could be a try. Yes, it's a try to Southern Suburbs. McDonald, the scorer, in the 31st minute of the 1963 grand final. A thrilling burst by Stan McDonald to put South back into the fight. It's 13 points to 8. North clapping on the pressure in the last minute of the game, and looks as though Norths are going to make it 5 in a row as the ball is bandied around loose about 15 yards out from Southern Suburbs goal post. Well, the ball being played by Bob Paulson. The ball comes out to Ian Massey, the lock, and he starts to run well and fending them off right and left, and he could go in. And Massey very, very close, and he goes in under the post and scores his second try in the 1963 grand final. Ian Massey makes it safe for North. North leading by 16 points to 8. 16 to 8 as Hannum takes the attempted conversion, and it's true, it's there all the way. And Norths go away to a commanding lead in this grand final by 18 points to 8. And that sets the seal on the 1963 grand final premiership. And there's the final hooter, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it. The Nunda Wonders have done it again, 5 in a row. And the Norths running out the victors by 18 points to 8. And there's the crowd invading the ground after a memorable grand final. South's glorious in defeat, North's gallant in victory. Now there's the scoreboard telling the final story of the 1963 Premiership Grand Final. Northern Suburbs running out victors by 18 points to 8. And here's North skipper Bill Pearson, and a worthy leader he is too, being cheered from the ground, surrounded by a host of excited fans and North supporters